She's loading now there, Martin.
Awesome.
Yeah, you're right. If you do touch, you had to redo it. There you go, Bubba. That's it, right? We're on. Right on, brother. Here it is. iPhone. Keep an eye on him, Martin. What's up, Paul?
Hey. Check out this view.
Nice. Lake of Patcon?
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
You're up in Jersey, man.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm in Jersey right now.
There used to be an amusement park at the back end of that lake called Bertram's Island. Is it still there, you think?
I don't think so. The island, but
yeah.
Yeah.
That's years ago, man. I mean, when I was a kid,
Oh, you would come here, eh? Well.
Yeah, well, we used to come up there. It wasn't far. It's like an hour drive from where I was at.
It's blowing. The wind's strong now. It's coming.
Yeah,
the southwest. Yes. Yeah. Well, that's where we are.
That's super cool, man. Nostalgia.
Yeah.
Really.
I almost hit the water, but it was
yeah.
Turned my leg and my foot into a popsicle. So I said no. Yeah.
Oh my God, that lake house is so beautiful.
Yeah, it was just down there.
So cool.
Sweet. I have to use the iPad, so.
Yeah. Man.
I hate when they do it this way. It's just. Yeah.
I would get a minute and have a laptop up there for you.
I didn't want to bring a laptop.
Yeah. Yeah, no worries.
Try to actually travel light.
I'm the opposite of traveling lighter. I love the irony of it. It's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't want to give the airline that $40 for the bag.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've been inundated in recovery here.
It's a mecca. It seems like a lot going on there. Yeah.
Yeah, I did two yesterday, and then I have two today. They have a huge thing. There's a lot of treatment where people don't live on the property, but they come a lot of hours during the week. And so I'm a guest speaker. So I yeah.
Yeah. It's cool how it's developing though, it's taking shape. Yeah.
Well, it's taking shape. Yeah. The thing is, a lady that I know from here was sharing how it seems to be getting much worse. The broad addiction, alcoholism thing. Yeah.
Like in that locale, well, maybe it's
no. Generally speaking, she's in the so
she's in the business.
I think it's the worst she's seen it over.
I wonder if it's I mean modern life, the hectic pace and everything. More people are reaching for maybe.
Yeah, well, they have all that. They've got that mobile Narcissus pond.
Right. I mean, the constant pings, like our brains evolutionary wise, like on that level, we're not designed for that just constant throughput, you
It's
know?
like the ideation of it. The thing is, you have to realize it's not you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you feel like it's you, you don't want to know it, obviously.
Yeah.
And who wants to know more about you when you're, drowning already? Yeah. But you have to, when you present it, you can't do it here in recovery mode,
Yeah.
a touchy thing. But when you present it and you present a description, it needs to be held in it's not you. Yeah. So you're looking at something foreign to you. It doesn't matter if it's true or not, it works because it the supply lines to all this insanity gets cut or diminished, and the attention and interest gets pulled off. And the interest and attention is the thing. Yes. Yeah. So this is why in recovery, we have service is so important, because most addicts and alcoholics are extreme example of self-obsession. So the noose hasn't even been seen as a rope. It's a noose. It's very tight. So when you do a meeting of recovery, it's just the paying attention to something other than you really is one of the it's not about, oh, I don't want to listen to this guy or this woman. It's the listening, just listening. Your attention and interest is like let out of that fucking mental school. Yeah. And what you can't seem to get, you can when it's moved out. Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It's got so many gifts. So many gifts that could be so useful to even outside of this.
I have a great Pyrenees barking, like 200-pound dog. It's a pretty good noise reduction if you didn't hear that. Wow.
No, I heard him barking. I just probably didn't, the volume of how much it attenuated your ears. Didn't.
If he was an opera singer, it would be like the biggest bass,
Yeah.
away from an alto or those. Yeah, it's very deep. But yeah, so the idea of the interest and what draws the interest and attention is the ideation, obviously. So the body is the statue, but what you really worship is the doership, the thinkership, the feelership, the special oneness. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't, again, the head does. See, this is the thing when the Course of Miracles has that statement. I think we started already, but we're going to go. Okay. Somebody's bringing me some
I don't know what they are.
driftwood. Yes, whatever. But it'll come to me again. This ideation again, yes. The body is the statue, but it's not the statue the head worships. Yeah, it's the idea of being. Yeah, it's the worshiping is produced that there's a consciousness or a sentience, really. Yeah, and so this ideation in the head is, if you come here with this, which is the struggles or addiction, active addiction and alcoholism. Yes, there's so many are drowning in that condition. But the underlying addiction is really the mental state's addiction to the idea of being a you. Yeah. And until I humbly believe, until we get there or go there, this epidemic of addiction, which this lady who's worked in it for 14 years says it's the worst she's ever seen it, it will just continue. Yeah, because you're not getting to the exact nature of the wrong. Yeah, the exact nature of the wrong is you're doing the drug. The drug is the you doing the drug. Yeah. So the story of you doing the drug is a large drug event. Yeah, because it's you. Yeah, but you is the drug, so to speak. And so there's things we have in recovery, triggers to get out of that ideation. So when you go to a meeting, it's presented that getting us we get together and a loving something expresses itself through our group conscience. Yes. And therefore you're in the room and you're just listening. It doesn't matter where the stalk is coming from. It's not coming from you. Yeah. And it's very healthy to pay attention to other people occasionally. But you're not paying attention to the other people, really. You're paying attention to the attention. Yeah. The attention, because the attention, we don't see it as a body, but it is our body, actually. Yeah. It's our body, actually, the attention and interest. And so when the attention and interest leaves us, it's like we leave us, the real we. Yeah. And you find that your attention and interest more than a thing. Yeah. And by vacating the thing or being pulled out of that thingness, you get that free sample. Yeah. And then if you combine it with the warnings of satsang, which is something is going to claim that it's, yes, that it's the thing that got it. Yeah. Just obvious. So when people hear a description of themselves, they think it's them. This is what needs to be put in, is that what is going to be described is not you, because you are of an indescribable nature. Yeah. Or who wants knowledge of self? Like a lady shared at this meeting, and she very clearly knows how she gets fucked, but it doesn't stop getting fucked. So that knowledge avails us nothing. Yeah. She has it down pat, but she's going to do it again, or it's going to happen again. Yeah. But if you could see that act and then the act of knowing that act is not you, it would bring a possibility into the availability of interest and attention. Yes, it just would. You wouldn't have to lift weights or do anything. It would become readily available. Yeah. You just need a message and the warnings with the message. And then watch the machinery and recognize the observer is as much the machinery as the observed. Yeah. So when you become self-aware, and then there's a feeling that you are aware of self, that is also self. Yeah. Yes. So this is not 2. It's almost as easy as possible. It could have been not 50. Could you imagine that? It's so extremely fucked. It's not 50. You'd have to negate 50 times. But no, it's like a 2-step dance you can do every day. I'm not that. Yeah. 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 That which you thought you were gets revealed. Then there's the possibility you're not that. That which you're not claims to be seeing the not that. Yeah. End of story. There's not a 4th or 5th move. It's like not a cha-cha-cha, it's a cha-cha. There's 2 meanings. Cha-cha. This way, that way, that's all. Yeah. And then equip with the warnings that the mechanical act of the head is going to claim it faster than you as the head could see it. Yes. It's just the way it goes. So you are not, your fear of being somewhere, you're looking at it from that somewhere you're afraid of being. You're already there. Like the product, you are the activity of the product that you are worried about. Yes. Yes. So that which says you're on a ride and you can get off a ride and get on a better ride is the ride. Yeah. Getting off and on rides is not done by you. The ride does it. The ride is in a dualistic expression, getting off of one ride, getting on another ride, all along not knowing it's a ride. Yeah. Yes. And you do know it. There's a knowing of it. So it's easy to trigger with satsang. It truly is. This isn't like whatever that thing that that thing with people with 180 IQ, that it's not that group. There's a knowing before knowledge. We're trying to use knowledge to arrive at the knowing. There's knowing before knowledge. Yeah, you know something already. In one case, with addiction, we like to ask this question, which is, what is it you know that you don't want to know? Yeah, it brings out the two aspects of what you're not. What is it you know that you don't want to know? Yeah, when people would come and give me a whole spiel about their relationship, should I stay or should I go, I'd always just say, why not ask this question and sit still for a second? What is it you know that you don't want to know? You know that this isn't right for you, but you don't want to know that because it's comfortable. Okay, then if you follow that, be accountable. Stop calling me up. Yeah, just do that. If you, yeah, because then I become complicit in the what is it you know that you don't want to know? I don't want to be complicit in the don't want to know side. Yeah. So here is a beautiful description coming back east, because I'm so familiar with this fucking movement. It's so familiar. And what you think is you don't like the medicine. No, the parasite doesn't like the medicine. And it's talking to you, and you think it's you saying it doesn't like the medicine. Yeah. So people are being driven by their heads out of the place they most need to be. It's insane. Literally. It's incredible. Yeah. I believe there's not weight in knowing. You don't have to have a lot of knowledge. The knowing is fluid. Yeah, it's built in. It's what we call the unsuspected inner resource in recovery. There's a knowing. I'm not talking knowledge, not acquiring information and data and statistics. I'm talking a knowing. When I heard Satsang, this one point, it was a knowing before knowledge. Yeah. So it's already built in. All you need to do is, why it's an unsuspected inner resource isn't because of the resource, it's because of the falsehood that's looking for it. Yeah. So what you're not looking for, it wants it to be completely unsuspected in a resource, so that it can have you go hither and thither, and in all your movements to get there, you refuse to recognize you've never left. Yes? Yes. And this is the beauty of non-duality. It doesn't have to pull 80 rugs out from underneath you. One will do. Yeah. And, I've shared this thing because it was a vivid example of this. I was in Australia, and I had been in what you would call spirituality. And I had run my course with meditation retreats. I'd done a number of them in Thailand and stuff. And there was a knowing that something is off. I couldn't put my finger on it, but it moved me. Yeah. And so out of the blue, I met someone. They were telling me about this event, and it was more like a therapeutic or emotional retreat. And I knew the action figure needed a lot of work there. I did, because I hadn't grown since I was 12 years old from doing the drugs. So I went for it, and it was an 8-day thing. And they were very good at what they did. They would have circles of like sharing, and then they'd have this ring of people around you that never said anything, like holding the space. And then in the afternoon, they would take it all down, put all these mattresses, had a DJ, and they would induce a cathartic event. They knew how to do it pretty well. People would just go off, start crying, laughing, woo, woo, whatever, weird sounds. And it was a trip. The whole place was like an insane asylum that you were paying to visit, really. And so one of these days, around the 6th day or 7th day of this happening, and it would go against, you would be saying, oh, nothing's going to happen, and it would happen on you. I mean, it was like you couldn't, it was contagious, you know, people crying, laughing, everything. And then the other people who were running it were watching because they had experience of, oh, who's ripe or not, you know what I mean? And then there was, yeah. So about the 7th day or the 8th day, I went into a tangent where I was just crying and I was saying over and over again, I can never get back. I can never get back. Like I split from the Godhead or something. Some terrible move that would negate any other value of any other move. I really fucked up. I'll never get back. I'll never get back. Longing and sorrow. And then they saw that as a great condition. So they took me out of the room, like the first person I was taken out was like the ripest, you know what I mean? So I was getting a lot of cred in this group, and they took me out, and then I watched everyone else come after me. And so 2 or 3 days later, I had because I had been introduced to Satsang, I could make another turn in the mental logic that was foreign to me before. And that turn was, you know why you can never get back is because you never left. See, it blew my fucking mind, because there was just full on at the event, I can never get back, with no that idea that maybe it's because you never left never fucking came up in my mind when I was meditating like 14 hours a day in Thailand. Never. I was hallucinating, seeing mandalas moving, everything like that, but no. And then because I heard it, then I saw it. Yes, I needed an invitation, which non-duality gave me. And then I saw, there was a knowing of what I saw, and I was convinced. Yes, beautifully. And I realized all this shit about trying to arrive something is based on that I'm somewhere else, but I've never left. So therefore, the drive to arrive is the problem. Yes, do you understand? The drive to arrive, the drive to get something you are is the problem. It triggers more and more movement, more and more. Yeah. The only thing I could do when something failed was to do more. Yeah. It started as a 1-day retreat, then 2-day, then 10-day, and then 3 months or whatever. Or there was never like questioning the event. It was, I didn't do enough. It was always put on my shoulder. It's because I am the way I am that it's not working, so I need to do more. What an insane spiritless servility is that? Spiritless servility. What is that? Yeah. Amidst the nobility of spirituality, no spirit whatsoever in it. All mental drive. Yeah. Thank God I heard this message. Because it was like a German shepherd when they hear something, the neck goes like this, and that's what's happened all the time. It was so foreign to the mental logic that scripted all my fucking days and nights, really. It was so foreign to it. It was first befuddling, but then things just started to collapse. And that the house of cards doesn't need to collapse to know it's a house of cards. They'll show you the card, and it doesn't matter if it collapses or not. Yes? Nothing has to be removed. It needs to be seen. Yeah? When it's not seen, you believe a lot of shit has to be removed. When seen, you see that is what needs to be removed, the need to be removed. Yes? So in a sense, when this landed, whatever it's happened with me, I came to a conclusion quickly. Really, the great liberation is from the need to be liberated, literally. Yeah. I am freed from the need to be liberated, which is represented by this thing called Paul and its mental GPS. Yes. That is the real liberation, from the need to be liberated. Yeah. The real relief is from the need to be relieved. Yeah. That's the real relief. It's not going to go as according to any fucking plan. It's going to disrupt the status quo in here. It's going to disrupt it. And it's not going to offer it anything. It's just going to keep on providing nothing. and it'll bring out all the something in you, and you'll see the nakedness of the emperor with no clothes. You will see it. And in that seeing it, there's a convincing that could not be brought about by being convinced. It's beyond that. Yeah, there's just a convincing that's, I have never another second looked for what I am since. Never. I do not think I can possibly be anywhere than where I am now. I don't think I'm out of any moment and I need to do something to get into the moment. None of that fucking has any value in the landscape. That is a solution, I feel. Yes. So, we have a statement, the seeker is the sought. So, and obviously before that statement, there was the seeker, and then the verb of seeking, and then the different sorts. Yeah. So there's different sorts, and there's different ways of seeking, but it's all seeking, and they're all, the only stableness in it is the seeker. So the sorts can change, how you seek can change, but it's always the same seeker. So the seeker gets a huge reflection from the seeking and the sought. So now in non-duality, it says the seeker is the sought. Beautiful. Compresses time and space, and it happens so fast the head can't squeeze out of it. Yeah, it gets caught in the vice. It's beautiful, really. The seeker is the sought. Time and space compress too fast, and the little mouse gets caught in the trap. And something will be revealed, or already has been revealed. Yes, many times. You just didn't see it. Yeah, but this time you see it. And then there's an end to things that you thought were going to be endless. There are an end to a lot of things. A lot of the old mental grooves where the interest and attention would roll get dried up. And now your own presence is the satisfying quality of this moment. Yes. Yeah. And now the basis is that you're sort of content and satisfied, and that which you're not can get agitated quite easily. Yeah. And therefore, but you don't, the agitation of the action figure doesn't become your agitation. Yeah. And its great triumphs don't become your triumphs. And its peak experience that leads to a deep depression isn't you. Yeah. And therefore you have, to me, it's the true greeting of what you're not, is to realize what you're not. Yes. Instead of you calling it me every time it appears, you now say not me. Yeah. And then after very shortly, you won't say anything, because it will the new basis will be set. You don't have to lay any more cement on it. Yeah. It will be solid. You'll know it's solid. And then hopefully you'll just travel lighter to the end of your days here. And I bet you when you go to sleep, that long sleep, it would be like it never happened. Just like yesterday feels like it was never happened. Yes. Really? Do you have any living memento of yesterday? Do you? The only constant in yesterday and today is you, basically. Yeah. And what you are spans way past days and space. Yeah. There was no beginning day, no birthday, no deceased day. Yeah. All the compartmentalizing, it's like trying to frame a mural as it's muraling. Yeah. The head tries to put a frame on a gushing verb called living and tries to call this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah. It just rinses over the frames. Yeah. And it all gets muddied, and it's just one big freaking event. Yeah. With no doer. Yeah. And tonight you'll get a reprieve. You'll go to sleep. Most people, when they go to sleep, they have a smile on their face. I wonder why. Yeah. There's a knowing there. So could you imagine, really, isn't it an uncertain event to give up all sentience in a way and go to sleep? Yet we do it willingly, constantly. there's something knows right where we are about what we're not. Yeah. Yeah. It went. Oh. It would be too much for what you're not to be 24 hours of what you're not. It has to have a break. It has a huge lunch break, 8-9 hours a day. Even what you're not is sick of what you're not. It's so much work. It's so much work to be what you're not. It really is. You got to make sure what you said to people yesterday and shit like that. So yeah, traveling lighter is another thing. I didn't come up with that. People have used it a lot, but I grew into it as the action figure. That's why I said it. I didn't say it right from the beginning. I said it as a description of what was happening. That the action figure, against all odds, was traveling lighter by less interest in the action figure. That was incredible. Yeah. I already had examples. I remember I spent 2 years in a program and I didn't like them and their principles, but I had to begrudgingly admit my life looked better with them running it than me. And I came to a conclusion. I could look in this Zoom and almost every one of you, there's a few I still are suspicious about, but I would be able, if I turn my life over to you, you would do a better job with it than me. That's sort of weird, don't you think? But you don't have the vested interest I have. So interest and attention can be used to make a hell or to be in a sense of freedom. Yeah. It's what's directing the interest and attention. If it's caught in that rabbit hole of the head and all you're thinking about is you and you and you, it mutates into weird shit. It really does. I'm watching it now, just like, and the inside and the outside in duality mimic each other. So the drugs are getting weirder now. Yeah, there's a drug. I can't believe it. They're having a problem here, but I think it's a weird thing where people become like statues in the weirdest posture. Like Michelangelo would never have done a statue like this. They're like leaning on a parking meter, and you come back 5 hours later, they're still leaning on the parking meter. It's almost as if time has paused, yet you're moving around, but like the show paused. It's incredible. And I had to drop someone off in this area of San Francisco, and it was a little bit like a dead end. And there was a guy, I didn't know what it was. There was a big blanket with a wheelchair underneath it, and it was right in the middle of the road, and I saw no movement in it, and we dealt with what we had to deal with, and it was still there. Like no one even would move it. It was just, what the fuck? And the guy would be under there, and he doesn't want to have any air, so the smoke doesn't escape while he's doing this drug. So it's incredible. So the head in time is mutating incredibly, really. And we have the Narcissus pond, the mobile Narcissus pond with cameras and shit and phones. Yeah, there's complete ideation of the image at the expense of what? Yeah. So in the Course in Miracles, it says something I use a lot because it rings a lot of bells in me. That's the only reason why I use certain things, because they trigger a lot of something. And it was a very, very apt, very clear description of what we're not. And there's one part of it is the activity that captures right now. And it starts with actively denying what we are. Now, if I asked anyone here right now, do you believe you're actively denying what you are right now? No. But from that point of view, the Course in Miracles, which a lot of people have a lot of respect for, it's saying actively denying what you are and firm in faith in something else. Yeah. And then it says something that you made to be yourself. I don't believe you did it. So I believe the head has made to be yourself. So active denying what you are and firm in faith in in something else that the head has made to be you. Yeah, it's a perfect description of what's happening. Yeah, perfect description. It's a dualistic movement, act of denying, firm in faith. Yeah. So our firm in faith in what we're not is the act of denial of what we are. Do you think you're going to sign up that act of denial to be anything other than the act of denial? Give me a freaking break. That's its programming. The idea of you is the act of denial of what you are. It is programmed. There is not a you that's doing the you. The you is a mechanical idea, programmed. Yes? You are not doing it. So the act of denial is represented by the obsession as you, basically. Yeah. And firm in faith in this something else the head has made to be yourself. This is the condition most of us are living in. And that condition lends a lot of space for fucking more addictions. Yeah. And I can see the debris and all that. Some of it's such a great value when the people have come out. Yeah. Because you see more about a person's change if you only see them twice a year. So I usually come here twice a year, and certain people I can see when I'm sharing, I'm drawn to look at them. And then when I come back 6 months later, I see them. And last time I was here, it was 10 months. And a guy I met there and I spent a little time with came up last night to me. The spirit coming out of his face, and he had 10 months sober. And it was so fucking cool. So cool. It makes it all worth it. Yeah. Because it was like that spiritless servility had been broken, and now he was alive. Yeah. Just a present, pulsating presence. Yeah. It's awesome. And it just really was incredible. It was worth, if I would have been delayed 12 hours on the tarmac, it would have been worth it just to have that 1 5-minute event with this guy. Yeah, it was cool. Very cool. So in duality, there's always ups and downs, and we're riding that, but we're not that which is riding it. Yes, yes. Because the body and your preoccupation, or the head's preoccupation, is the ride. Yeah. That's it. And the ride is dualistic. So we said it the other day, and someone wanted to make it a shirt. I said the greatest wet dream of spiritual seekers is for the experience to stabilize. Yeah. That's all they ask. They've had a free sample, and then there's a huge but. How do we stabilize it? You don't. Yes. As an experience, the experience has a pepper and a salt in it. So when you shake it and you want to shake the salt, you're also shaking the pepper. It's duality. So experiences are duality. Yes. Some are good, some aren't seemingly so good. Let's say some are expansive, some are contracting. Yeah. But you are not the experiencer. There's just experiencing. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm stoked. I'm happy I had this, because I can stretch out at this meeting a little more. And then sometimes at the recovery meeting, I need to be more formed. Yes. Yeah. Because it's just to have fun. You don't put pearls before swine. That would be stupid. Yes. Because you don't want people to think they know something that they don't know yet. So just leave it alone, and they'll come to their own condition. Yeah. And luckily this has a built-in suppressor, because most people don't understand anything I'm fucking saying usually. And I've come to okay with that over the years. And it does a good service, because maybe at a certain point they will understand what I'm saying, some of it, and then therefore it will be the prime moment for them to hear something. Yes, who knows? Yeah. All right. Anyone wants to share or something? Gary, you look like Farmer John. I like that, with the overalls. Gary from Placerville. Now, if you were an action figure doll, it would be perfect. You'd get the fake tractor, And then you would be in there, you'd be part of the ensemble of my little imaginary world, world of Idaho or Nebraska. Very cool.
Hey, Paul, Stephen R. has his hand up.
Stephen R. All right.
Unmute, Stephen.
Hey, Paul.
Yep. I'm gonna
Good
try.
to see you, man. Yeah, I love your description of that. The ride is the ride, the seeking. I came into this through AA. My sponsor said right off the bat, you need to meditate. Then I read I Am That and all the other compilations of Nisargadatta over and over and over and over. And my mind imagined what enlightenment was going to be like. And what I thought it was some of these profound, deep meditation experiences that I thought one of those was going to stick. That's what my mind imagined. So I chased that on the ride. And 20 plus years later, I never, well, nothing seemed to happen. But that's what it seemed like until one day I'm sitting at the kitchen table, and just like you described, the knowingness, I realized that I was okay. That was it. No fireworks, no euphoria, no, and that was it. And it has never left. And just like you described, it's nothing like my mind imagined. Nothing's changed other than that there's no more seeking. When I heard that, which I've heard 1,000 times, the you are what you seek. I intellectually I knew that, but what happened at the kitchen table was I knew it from an experiential standpoint, and then what I experienced was what you said was it's never not been there. It's never not been there, and so I keep putting this. What Nisargadatta said, and I took it to heart because it works, is he says those words are seeds and he's planting them and they will grow. He says, I'm not worried, they'll grow. And so what I seem to have done is I keep doing that, whether it's your words or his words or Bill W.'s words or whoever's words, and it keeps growing.
Yes. Yeah. And then it's just that becomes the miracle growth.
Yeah.
You don't need the fertilizer. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Well, that's great, brother. Thank you for that share. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Thanks.
We call it dog shit awareness. It's a nice thing. Yes. Yes. You're never going to be higher than the curve. That's pretty good. When you come to an acceptance of what you're not, it's quite contenting or contentful or whatever that would be. Yeah. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Very nice description of it. Anyone else?
Jason M, Paul. Jason M has his hand. There you go. Go ahead.
All right.
Come on in.
I'm not used to the iPad. I have a long pictures of people here. Wow.
I don't know what happened to him, but he disappeared.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
What? No, this is great. Yeah. All right. Jason probably got it. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe so.
He disappeared right before our eyes.
Say.
There you go. Wouldn't that be cool? Gary would put his hand up and he'd disappear. Carrie disappear. So it would be the last Zen bitch slap Zoom. It would just be YouTube playing over and over and over again. That's cool. I like that. In this world of non-duality, you ask a question, you get sent to the cornfield, like the Twilight Zone movie show. Little Tommy sent you to the cornfield, meaning you disappear. All right. Dare you ask a question? Let's see. I got feeling Raven. I got an eject button for everybody. Just, you have a question? Let me know. Something zoomed out of Zoom. They were just here a minute ago. Yeah, that's cool. Anyone? No one? What time is it anyway? I've lost any sense of time.
4:42 Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, 40. So I got 18 minutes to fulfill my contract. You know, I have a boss also. The boss of ZenBitchSlap.com. It's another boss. Yeah. I'm under contract. I got 18 minutes left. How about Keith? How are you, Keith? My friend Keith G. Good? Yes, good. Very good. Rico, for some reason, I know you're from back east, but you're actually planted in the West. But there was no way you were going to tell me you were a Californian.
That's where I am right now.
Yeah, I know. But
in New York.
Yeah, but
New Jersey?
Your roots, you can't. Yeah, I'm in Jersey, deep in Jersey. I'm completely in Jersey.
I know
Completely.
Jersey. I used to play ball there. I know Jersey.
Yeah.
How you doing, Paul? You always asking about everybody else. How you doing?
Who, me?
Absolutely. Not
Oh,
me.
yeah, I'm fine. The action figure, yeah.
Yeah.
It has a lot of
yeah, but Zen bitch slap.
a lot
don't
of
get no better.
phenomena.
All right.
I have a lot of phenomena all day. I feel about at least 100 something things a second. Yes.
Nice. All right.
Yes. The light, the board is lit up constantly. Yes. I've got some weak joints. Yes. It's yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's funny. You know, the beautiful thing is when you wake up, sometimes you wake up and then the you wakes up like a couple of seconds later. Yeah. That's a real nice reprieve to start the day. So you wake up, and because I'm telling you, a lot of what you call your experience is bodily oriented, you know? So when people have an experience of being out of the body, they get to see something that as a body you don't get to see, that mostly everything that's disturbing you is of the body in a lot of ways. Yes? Yes. And so people want to become a non-body as a body. It doesn't work. Yes? What you do is you just see you're not a body, and yet you live as one all the time. Yeah? So I get 1,000 calls from the body, about the body, to the body, and I'm listening in to some of them. Most of it, I gotta go to the bathroom. You're gonna join me. Yes, it's all right. It's not what you think. Yes, you can actually attend satsang while going to the bathroom. Sure. It's a gilded bathroom. It's gold, so it's okay. Yes. Yeah. You mind if I take 30 seconds? Something is taking precedent of my spiritual condition is the physical condition. I got to take a piss. All right, be right there. I'm coming down again. Sorry for the interruption. But you know what? When you know, the meaning of having to go changes dramatically as you get older. Yeah, you really have to go. There could be a accident.
Oh, Brenda Jolly has her.
What? All right.
She wants to come on in, Brenda. You got to unmute.
I bet you Moose never goes to the bathroom. Moose is enjoying us talk. Yeah, whatever.
No, only you, Paul.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, sorry, we didn't know how to hold up my virtual hand. I haven't been on Zoom a whole lot. But Paul, I just wanted to say hi. I've been watching your videos for like over 6 months. This is the first time I've had a chance to actually pop on live. Just wanted to say thank you. I love what you have to share. When I first heard you, I was like, I have no idea what this guy's talking about, but I like him. He's really funny and I like him. But every once in a while, something really hits me deep. And I just want to say thank you. I really appreciate your videos.
Well, thank you, Brenda. Yes, yeah, yes. The greatest message is one that's not understood, actually.
I feel like it should be called duality for dummies because it's so simple. You keep it so simple. You don't give my mind anything to mentally masturbate on, like nothing. It's just either it is or it isn't. So thank you.
Yes, thank you. Yes, very. Yeah, the beautiful thing when you try to understand, again, it reveals the deficiency of that mechanism. Yeah. This is the beauty, because a lot of things, a lot of messages are status quo with the system. Yes. So it doesn't reveal the inadequacies of the system. It tries to make it size to fit the system itself instead of overwhelming the system, in my feeling. Yeah. So ever since we've been doing this, people have said, I don't understand the word this guy's saying. And one guy who was once watching the door for me asked me about that when I was in LA. And I said, well, I'm not aiming at them, to tell you the truth. We're trying to throw the message over their head because I don't, you are, to me, in a sense, the activity of you is the obstruction. It's what's making the inner resource seem unsuspected. Yeah. Yeah. So we want to miss you because you're easily to miss. You can't miss everywhere. So we're shooting at the message to everywhere, and we want to miss this special somewhere. It's easy. Yeah, that's the whole point. But most people think they're the one that's going to get the message. They're what the message is about. The message is about you. It's not for you. It's about you. It's for something else. So when they say you can't use the Buddha to seek the Buddha, you don't say that to Paul. You say that to the Buddha. Yeah? And then the Buddha, aka Paul, sees that. It says, I can't use myself to find myself. It could be the end of the story at that moment. So the story will continue, but it will be the end of the story. But the story will continue. Yes? Yeah. So I thank you for that. When everyone says they don't understand, I think they're on the right track. Really, this is not about understanding. It's about understanding you can't understand. That's the point. Yes? We're trying to, instead of constantly using a failed system to reach where it can't reach, because it can't reach to where it already is, because it thinks it's somewhere else. Yeah? Yeah? Instead of being complicit or enabling that, we just stand in nothing and just don't give it anything. And then you'll see its machinations, and hopefully it's not yours. And you won't rely on intellect, and you'll rely on the knowing of wherever you feel that knowing. To me, I like the word gut. I don't like heart because it's got too much meaning now with love and everything. But I feel like it was like an unspoken yes. And I knew before I know anything. Yeah. And that silence, and it's always been that way since. I heard it at a satsang in Northern California years ago, and it's never changed. Yeah. I felt the knowing that was before the knower, so to speak. Yes, yeah, it was cool. So yeah, I'm just using the same mechanism that worked with me, with the Satsang. Just using the same thing. Yet I believe repetition is helpful in time. So we try to have 5 talks a week because we don't want it to have it that many days where it thinks it's got it. You want to constantly stub its toe so it keeps recognizing it's tripping. Yes, yes. You don't want to give it once a week, wouldn't work. You'd be fucked by Wednesday, maybe. So I figure five a week is enough. You know, I feel it's a pretty good prescription. Yeah. Some people, they want to see us live, they come live. Yeah, whatever. However it works. That's not my job to know that. I'm just being directed, putting out what has been, you know, how I've seen it. Yes, that's all. Yeah. And I hope you'll have it how you see it. Yeah. Yeah. So great. Nice to see you, Brenda.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
I
you.
hope we understand each other now.
I understand you're not to be understood, and that's good with me.
Yeah, that's good.
My head matches onto enough.
We'll go great together with those who understand. Yeah. I want to read because there's some new people here. This is the spiritual scripture of Zen Vichla. I'm going to show it to you. The book is in it's old but not rather large. But this is actually the content of all the knowledge we have is this right here. Yeah. You see it? 1 page, not even filled up. That's it. And I'm just going to read this to you, Brenda, and everyone, if you like. Some people have heard it tons of times, and guess what? You weren't the hearer of it any time. So just the hearing of it is sweet music, I think. So here it goes. There is no greater mystery. This is from Ramana Maharshi. Yeah. So if you ever introduced to Ramana Maharshi, he didn't really say, he didn't write anything down. I think he wrote a little thing in his own dialect, but nothing. But a lot of people who were hanging around with him wrote about his teaching. So if you look at through a lot of these people, they all have similarities because he emphasizes certain things. When he says the greatest mystery, he's meaning it. Yeah. It's like a very important point he's saying. So he says here, from my opinion. So he says, there is no greater mystery than this, that being the reality ourselves, we seek to gain reality. Yeah. To him, this is the greatest mystery of all. Greatest mystery, which is that being the reality ourselves, which being means present tense state, yes? Yeah. There's no time involved there. It's not like I was and I will be, but being right now, being ourselves reality. Yeah. That being ourselves reality, we seek to gain reality. We think that there is something binding our reality and that it must be destroyed. Now, if you realize, if this is a perfect, it's perfect propaganda by the head, yeah? It has you in the deal of recognizing reality, you have to be destroyed. You're going to slow walk the path to realization, aren't you? If you believe the realization leads to you having to be destroyed, I think you're going to take your time, a lot of time to get there. And you're going to love when they say it may take lifetimes. You're like, I sign up for that. But in this case, he goes that it must be destroyed before the reality is gained. Yeah. So there's got to be something there that's obstructing my incredible, deep, interested wanting and obstructing me and keeping me from reality. Yeah. And that this thing has to be destroyed if I can, and because that's the huge requirement. Something has to be destroyed, aka me, for me to entertain reality. Yeah. This is called cognitive dissonance at a large level. Yeah. So you want to go, but you don't want to go. Yes, yes, yes. So he says here that it must be destroyed before that reality is gained. It is ridiculous. That's pretty nice, eh? This is his rebuttal. It is ridiculous. A day will dawn when we will ourselves laugh at our own efforts. That which is on that day of laughter is also now. Isn't it beautiful? I think, and then this is the topper. It is false to speak of realization. What is there to realize? Yeah, so it's a question. So he's going to answer it. The real is as it is always. How to realize it? All that is required is this. We have realized the unreal from the real. So we have looked from our reality and realized the unreality. This is what we're doing at Satsang. Yeah. We're seeing the unreal as the real instead of trying to see the real from the unreal. We're seeing the unreal from the real. We're just switching. Yes? Yeah. Seeing the real from the unreal which sets off all spiritual journeys. Yeah, because it's only the unreal that believes it has to do something or go somewhere to arrive at where it already is. Yeah. Now that is a perfect example of what you're not if you have the understanding that you're not it. So now as the real, you see the unreal. Yes. That's all that is required from the godfather of non-duality, Ramana Maharshi. He's basically said the greatest mystery and all that is required is to see the unreal from the real, which is he's implying that we're looking from the unreal to seek the real. And all you need to do is have that switch and realize you are the reality and you're looking at the unreality. Yeah. And just tell the truth about it. There you go. Yeah. It's like a principle. The principle works. It may take longer or shorter based on the size of the problem, but the principle doesn't modify itself to fit the problem. It overrides everything. This is the principle of non-duality. The greatest mystery is reality wanting to attain reality. Thinking there's something blocking it off from the reality, and that something must be destroyed or beaten or contained or whatever. And all this is incredible bullshit in a lot of ways. And all that is required is to see that from reality, which is what we're being right now, underneath, yes? That's all that's required. He doesn't ask for fucking anything more, nor do we at the Satsang. We don't have any practice. We don't have anything. We're doing, I hope we're doing it somewhat justice. I'm following this instruction, seriously, for years. Because it hit me that if you don't see the unreal, you're looking from the unreal. If you don't see it, you're looking from it. And if you're looking from it, you're going to look from the unreal and try to find the reality, which is going to take time and space. And there's going to be the biggest obstacle is going to be you. And the only option is you got to die. And that which you're not doesn't want to die. Yes. Good luck convincing it to do that. Yeah, isn't that a perfect way to make reality out of our reach? Is that which is reaching it actually has to be destroyed? No. Yeah, simple, clean. I think, I don't know. I grew up with English. I think I'm comprehending it. You know, English. The way people look at me, sometimes I question it, but it sounds like it's false to speak of realization. Why? What is there to realize? The real is as it is always. That's his statement. Yeah. The real is as it is always. There's no exemption in the word always. Yeah. Always means every moment, always. Yes. It's not a special moment that's not in always. Always is an absolute. Yeah. Always. I think so. The real is as it is always. What? How to realize it? All that is required is this. We have realized the unreal. There you go. Yes. Instead of validating the unreal, looking for the real, which is happening quite a lot, we are now seeing all that as the unreal. Yeah. And there's no distance that you have to complete to be where you already are. Yeah. I'm a true believer in it. I have great faith in it. How it's going to look, I don't know. I don't even care. I'd like it. I know it's going to be an artistic endeavor. It's going to be interesting. Yeah. And you may be the only soul interested in it, but it'll be great. It'll be like a full theater with only you on the screen. Yeah. 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 And there'll be the interest and attention that used to enslave you. It will be enriching your day. Yeah. And the presence, to me, what we call presence, is just undirected interest and attention. Literally, that's what I feel. Yeah. When the interest and attention isn't being directed by the head, it's undirected and it rests in its nature. Yeah. That, to me, the resting of interest and attention, its nature is presence. That's how I see it. So, yeah. All right. I think I've fulfilled my contract for the day. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just happy to sit together with everyone, because in this place of separation and numbers, we collectively build a bigger oomph than alone. Yes. Like we say in AA, there's a loving presence that's expressing itself in our group conscience. Yeah, I feel that in Satsang. We get together and it's making something that's bigger than all of us. If you took us all separate, we couldn't make the amount of what's happening here. Yeah, and let it just run over you, over it every day. And like our friend Kathleen says, she learned without knowing she was learning, just by sitting at Satsang. Shit happens. Why is it always, see, this always flipped me out. A spiritual path. What takes a path? A body. Yeah. Have you ever seen spirit? You know, oh, I watched this path of spirit. No, a body takes a path. Yeah. And it walks and you can see the footprints and you can see where it's going. Yes. I don't see spirit. And then you've climbed to the mountaintop. I don't think spirit is below and it's also not, it's above. It's everywhere. What the hell? What climbed to the mountaintop? Not you, but the body. So our whole language, even about the opposite of the body, is body oriented. So we're chanting body, body, body to the point we have to chant, I'm not a body. And what would chant it's not a body? A body identification. That which is not a body doesn't have to chant it's not a body. It's quite clear it's not a body. It's only the body that's unclear. Yeah. So it starts chanting, I'm not a body, I'm not a body. But nothing that's not a body chants it's not a body. It's as a knowing it's not a body. Yes. So here we are. Yeah. We made a great souffle. It's time to open the oven. Yeah. Okay. So anyone else, or we'll just start saying goodbye?
Yeah, Paul, David Bitterman has his hand up.
David Bitterman, you're going to be punished for this, but all right, go ahead.
That's all right. I'm a glutton for punishment. It's good.
All right, Bitterman. Yes.
All right. So through a random happening, I ended up with a hard copy of this Net of Jewels book that Ramesh produced. It's like his daily meditations. It was actually kind of funny, but when you were talking about the body and the taking a path, this was April 19th. So that was what, yesterday? Is that correct? What are we at?
I think it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow. No. Am I that far off? Man, my job gets me tired. No, it's today.
We're in tomorrow already.
Wow. I read ahead. So, but it says, so it's like a morning meditation and an evening meditation, but he says, The guru who helps you escape from sorrow by prescribing procedures and methods is not an enlightened guru. A true sage requires that you face your sorrow so thoroughly and intimately that it disappears in the very understanding of itself. Basically, he's saying the guru who prescribes more doing for what you're not is not an enlightened guru.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, do you
The
understand
thing
what
is,
I'm saying?
if you do enough of what doing of what you're not, it can be put to great value
Because it'll burn itself
by
out.
hearing a message. Yes, and that message doesn't have to come from a guru.
I just thought it was illuminating regarding the path and taking the path.
Yes, just like the simple thing in faith, mind, and Zen. You can't use activity to produce stillness. That's activity. Yeah, very simple. You can't use activity to produce stillness. That would be activity. This is the dilemma. The head can't get out of its own matrix. It's impossible. Yeah. Yes.
Quick question. So you guys, you have a couple events on the calendar. How long are you out east? Just
It seems like forever already.
I wish I was there with you guys, but
I can feel like there's ivy of identification starting to grow at my feet. I have to quickly because I'm going to start saying darling and look for a fucking good sesame bagel. Turning back to New York, yes.
It's summoning you.
Yes, it's just I have to keep an eye out. It's creepy.
That's pretty funny.
Creeping in, yes.
Yeah. So how long are you there? Yeah, I saw one event on the calendar. You guys getting out of there pretty quick?
No, we have an event tonight, tomorrow night, Monday night in Hamilton, New York, Tuesday night in Manhattan, Saturday in Ventnor on the Jersey Shore.
So are those all up on the website or not?
I hope so.
I think only the Dover.
They are. Just look a little farther. Yeah, they are. Amia just said they are. They're there.
Okay, sorry. I'm gonna go look.
So yeah, we have a lot going on. Today and yesterday were three. This is 3 things a day. Yesterday was 2 things, and then it goes to one a day.
Okay, thank you.
There will be a meeting. We're going to have a meeting on Wednesday because it'll be 10 o'clock my time, 7 o'clock Western time. So Wednesday meeting is on. It's on the schedule too. Tuesdays and Thursday is off, and then Saturday will be off. So this coming week only will be Wednesday. Yeah. And then we hope to go home, I hope. But don't even follow what I said. Just look on our website. It's more, I'll probably confuse you more. So yeah, but it's fun. We're just I'm seriously, I've gone to the most Paul Hedderman satsangs, but I've never attended one of them. That's truly how it goes. I go into these rehab meetings and I've said everything the night before. I have nothing I can say, and yet something happens and it's awesome. So I'm speechless, yet something comes through. Yeah. So this has been going on for years. So whatever. Okay. Hey, so let me say goodbye. This is a nice crew. We got Martin. Martin is the one that organizes the very disorganized and bitslap.com. He's very good. Yeah, when I see him, I straighten up. Yeah. We got Mrs. Raven. Yes, she's in her 3rd orbit. She's come like a Halley's Comet. She's come back for a while. It's our benefit. It's nice to see Raven. Kerry, my main man in Hawaii. Always a pleasure, Kerry. Mr. Hiram, yes. Soon to be a resident of my own house. Yes. Yes. Watch the dog. Don't let her out of that door. Thank you. Angelica. Very beautiful name. David Bitterman. Yes. The last name could have been a little bit different, I think. Bitterman, but whatever. Everyone has a cross to bear. We have Miss iPad. I don't know. I don't know you, but I see you, right? iPad woman. I don't know. There you are. Chris. Hey, yes. Nice to see you. Chris, always a pleasure. We got Eric in Santa Barbara. He's taking a nap. It's quite nice. Yeah. Rico Cruz, my main man, a man of his word. Saraswati, nice to see you, Saraswati. I think she's back in America. Yeah, I hope so. Nick, yeah, stick with it, bro. Yes, yeah. It's, oh man, yeah. Yeah. Keith, nice to see you, my friend. Brenda, pleasure to meet you. Yes. You're a lifetime member of ZenBitchSlap.com. I want to inform you of it. Yeah. Yes. I want to inform everyone who's here. Eric, you're a lifetime member of ZenBitchSlap. My lovely iPad lady, you're a lifetime member of ZenBitchSlap. Yeah. Raven knows she's a lifetime member. That's why she can come anytime she wants to leave. Carrie, Martin, every one of you. Nick, a lifetime member, Nick. There are some fringe benefits. You won't see them coming, but they'll be there. Keith, as always, a long time life membership, yes. Brenda, Angus, life membership. Ernie, double life membership. Ernie's got the willingness card. That helps. He gets he gets more rest stops provided by ZenBitchSlap. Mike Clark from Mexico. Yeah, he's on the platinum card there. James and John from Florida. Yeah, platinum. Okay. You can trade cards. It doesn't matter. They all mean the same thing. We got Ilan, lifetime member, ZenBitchSlap. Stephen, for quite a while, was an unknowing lifetime member of ZenBitchSlap, is now a knowing lifetime member of ZenBitchSlap. That doesn't change anything, but there you go. We got my friend Rick Rowe, my man in Toronto. Always a pleasure, Rick. Artur's, simply and slowly just sitting there, soaking it up. Yes. Zoe Banks. She's one of our famous missionaries. She was put in an outpost in Japan. Yes. Yep. She doesn't, you don't have to get any converts or nothing. You're just there. You're doing your job. Thank you. Mika, our man in Finland. I have a fondness for Finland. I've known a few people that have met me in this lovely seat assignment, and I always have a good feeling about Finland. I hope to go there. I've been to Sweden. I'd like to go to Finland one day. Not in January, but in like August. Yeah, it's nice. Mark Keogh. Nice to see him. I've known Mark for quite a while. Yes. We got Mr. Barry. Nice to see you, Barry. Malcolm made a guest appearance. Malcolm is a long-term lifetime member of ZenBitchSlap.com. Look at that smile. That can only come from that great insurance policy of lifetime membership. Yes. We've got JP Midwest. He's disappeared. Lynn is, she's in our interstellar division. She's there. She appears mostly as a cloud, but she's really clear sky. Not bad. Holly has been with us. She's an important lifetime member to me. Paul, Soren. I would change my name to Sauron. Yeah, from the Hobbit thing. All right, I think I ran the course. If I haven't said goodbye to you, I mean it. Goodbye. We'll see some of you will see tonight at the recovery. And we're back again, like I said, Thursday, Friday. It's Wednesday night, right? What's today? Today's Sunday. Yeah, it'll be Wednesday. Zoom Wednesday night.